And today we're going to be discussing the new RapNet platform that's going to be launched on January the 9th. I'd like to welcome everybody, all the members and other participants to this webinar. And I want to take a few seconds to explain how we're going to do this today. First of all, some housekeeping. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you should see a button that says Q&A. That's where any questions you may want to ask. Please click that button and type any questions. I'll endeavor to answer those questions during the course of the webinar. And if I haven't answered the questions by the end, I will save time at the end to answer any questions that you're going to be putting over there. Okay, so let's get to it. The new platform that we're launching on January the 9th is a completely reimagined RapNet designed with the user in mind based on a lot of feedback that we've been getting. And it's going to be changes on not only the website, but also the app as well. And I'm going to give you a quick background and overview, and then we'll do a quick live demonstration of the platform so that you can see it, and we'll get into a discussion from there. Before we launch into the actual demo, I want to explain. Before I explain what's going to change, I want to explain why we're making these changes. I can understand that people are using RapNet all day, every day, and they're very used to the current system, and a change is maybe gives people reason to pause and say, why do you need to make these changes? Everything's fine. And I agree, everything's good, but I think we can make things better. So a year or so ago, we took a look at the industry. We saw the difficult times that we're all going through, and we decided that we wanted to invest in our members, to invest in our platform, to invest in our technology, to enable members to do better business than what they're able to do at the moment. We decided to take these proactive measures, even at a time when the industry was going through a tough time, because we think that's the best time that we could actually bring something useful to the members to improve their trading. So we invested heavily in technology. We see technology as a primary component for the continued health of our industry and the continued health of our network and well-being of our members. RapNet, we've recognized, is a vital component. It's vital to the efficient movement of goods and money. It's basically the superhighway of diamonds. And we recognize this, and we take our responsibility in this area very seriously. And so we have to maintain, develop, advance our technology as quickly and as fast as possible, so that you, our members, can successfully compete and succeed in the marketplace, which is changing all the time. Our goal is to provide the best platform possible, so enable you to be able to trade better, reach more clients, to introduce sellers to more buyers, to introduce buyers to the biggest selections of goods and suppliers possible. You know, we hear from many members that the old RapNet, the RapNet that you're currently using, looks old, it's ugly, it's not user-friendly. And then those same clients say, but please don't change anything because we're so used to it, we know how to get about it. And so what we try to do is combine the best of both of these worlds. We reimagine the design of RapNet completely, but we retain the familiar look of the main features like search results so that you won't get completely lost in a new design. And you know, after a few days of using this new platform, starting January 9th, you'll go from a feeling of, what is this, to a feeling of, wow, how did I ever use the previous version? I know, because this is the same process I went through. When I saw it the first time, the second time, the third time, but after you used it a little bit, you go, wow, this is easy, click, 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 I know where I am, I know how to find things, things are faster, things are better, things have improved, and I can trade more efficiently. So so that's the reason why we're making these changes. So what are you gonna find in the new platform? What are these new changes? And I just want to make sure that I can share my screen with you. I believe this is the screen that I need to share, and that. This is it. Give me 1 second, everybody. Okay. I'm getting fierce signals that things are not working out here. I'll just step back. Okay. So, what is in the new RapNet, and what are the new features that we're introducing? Well, first of all, the new RapNet is safer. It's safer on a number of levels. Firstly, we've tightened the way people log in and the authorization of users so that it's more certain as to exactly who's logging into the RapNet account. But mainly, we want to introduce the new RapNet inbox. The new RapNet inbox is a completely revamped communication center for RapNet. It's not anything like the old RapNet inbox. And it completely does away with the need to use any other kind of communication other than the RapNet inbox. It's a mixture of chat and email. It's on the web and on mobile, synchronizes completely with full synchronization. Fraud has been a constant problem for our RapNet members over the last 3 or 4 years. Not fraud on RapNet, but fraud because people are breaking into their emails, their private emails, which they use a lot for communication, and then either sending false invoices or asking for diamonds. And a lot of money has been lost by people responding to instructions to pay coming from an external email address not connected to RapNet. And so we've tried to address this issue by doing away with the need to use emails in communication. At the same time, we've simplified the structure so much that you don't need to worry about having to contact your clients or be contacted on Skype, WhatsApp, QQ, Messenger, emails. It's all can be streamlined through the RapNet inbox, and as I said, it works well on the app, on the RapNet apps, as well as the web. So it's seamless, and you can be responding or communicating directly from both systems. So the new RapNet is safer. It's also smarter. We've made the search and the navigation much more intuitive. The menus are a lot easier to understand. The search results come up faster. It's easier to communicate with clients not only in the inbox but also through all the other different tools in the member directory and your profile. But mainly, it's smarter because the new RapNet is built for what's next. In other words, we've built a basic platform now with the same features, plus the inbox and a few other new ones that you'll be seeing from January 9th. But it's a platform on which we can now build for the next 10 years. It's built for what's next, and there's a lot coming down the pipe. Not only is it smarter, but it's simpler. The look and feel, like I said, has been updated, and we're going to see that in a few minutes. It's got a new unified design that goes across the whole website so that pages are intuitive. You understand where the buttons are. You understand where the commands are, and this is carried through to the web, through the app. So it doesn't matter which platform you use to connect to RapNet, the web or the app, Android or iOS. It's all a unified design, and it's easy to find things. There's less clicks. There's less clicks in the search, and it makes for a much simpler experience. So that's essentially the new things that we're going to see. So what is exactly in this new RapNet, and how does it look? You should be seeing on your screens now, if somebody could just show me that they can see the new RapNet on the screen. Great. The RapNet menu. And the RapNet menu, the RapNet dashboard after you log in looks like this. I'm going to quickly go through the dashboard, but more importantly will be the menu. So have a look with me as we go. First of all, the top bar is the RapNet logo, an ad, as well as your name welcoming you here, where you can use the arrow to go to the company profile. If you want to go to RapNet 1, it will be available for the next few months. If you want to carry on working in there, you can sign in to RapNet Classic from here, or you can log out. It tells you how many listings you've got, how many messages you have waiting for you in your new inbox, and how many buy requests you've posted. And then there's some other information, like some statistics about how many diamonds are on the website, and how they break down by weight and shape. The 5-liner weekly market comment, financial data, any announcements, news and events, as well as a world clock, which is useful for people when they are trading internationally. On the left-hand side, you'll see this black bar. This black bar is constant throughout the site, and this is the new menu. This is where you'll be able to navigate through everything. So I want to quickly fly through the menu, and then we'll focus in on the search. To get back to your dashboard, you always can click the top here. This is the dashboard. You've got your inbox, which you can reach either from here or from here, where it tells you how many unread emails unread messages you have. The search, you can perform a new search, you can manage your saved searches, you can look at your tracked diamonds, which has also been updated, or you can look at a list of investment grade diamonds that had Rappaport diamond certificates, which are produced by our Rappaport laboratory. Buy requests, you can post buy requests, you can edit buy requests. My listings, for those of you that are suppliers, you can go and edit your listings, you can go manage your images, you can upload new diamonds, and you can look at your upload history. Instant inventory, for those of you using the instant inventory add-on to show diamonds to consumers in your stores, you can manage it right from here. For those of you not yet instant inventory members, we encourage you to have a look. It's a great tool that's proven its worth for many people. All the pricing information, the Rappaport price list, the trade screen, price changes if there have been any rep specs, which are very important to understanding how Rappaport prices work. The price calculator, as well as the RapNet price list, which shows the discounts to the price list on a weekly basis, can be found here. The member directory, where you can go and research anybody that you may be doing business with. You can go have a look at anybody's profile, and you can speak to people, connect with people, ask them to rate you, ask them to endorse you, so that you can build up a good profile of your own. Tools like RapNet Excel and API access can be found here. News and articles. Our news division and our publishing division produces a lot of important news for the industry to read. It's all available here, and I encourage everybody to visit that site at least once a day, the articles and videos, so that you can keep up to date with what's going on, as well as an extensive help section which has been upgraded. You can contact us if you have any questions, but we have a library of video tutorials which will help you with every section of the site. There's a knowledge base with FAQs, frequently asked questions, which will help you with most issues that you have. There's an ideas forum where you can give ideas for new features you'd like to see, as well as our terms and conditions and the ability to have remote support from a customer service agent. So that's the menu. It will be there all the time. It's pretty self-explanatory, and you can go through it when you get access to the website. At the same time, your customer service representative is going to be written at the top of your dashboard, so you can always get hold of us at any time. Okay, so that's the dashboard. I'd like to now focus in on one area which most people use extensively, and that's the search. So I'm going to hit New Search, and this is the screen with the search. The anatomy of the search screen and most of the screens in RapNet are as follows. The work area is down here. At the top here is the bar in red that tells you what you're working on, as well as the main action buttons for that page. So there's the search and the research search. Those are the main action buttons, and then there's other buttons less used further down below. The search is divided up into a few sections. The one that will be open when you arrive on the screen is the basic search section, and that is shape, size, color, clarity, cut, polish, symmetry, lab, location, and wrap spec. Those are the basic things that most people use. But then there are a few collapse sections that you can use for people who like to do advanced searching. For example, you open the preferences section and you can choose a budget, a price range. You can choose to see only from primary suppliers, or only the latest listings, or match pairs or guaranteed available, or look for diamonds from a specific seller. If you want a specific diamond that has particular measurements, you can look in the measurement sections, which is made up of general measurements as well as advanced measurements that can be opened. If you need a treated diamond, you can add treated diamonds to the results. Key to symbols, which a lot of people are using to search for when they're looking for something specific. And you can look for something that does not contain a particular key to symbol that comes from the key to symbols on the GIA reports under the plot, or something that does contain it. And then, of course, there's the advanced search. You're looking for a specific lot number, a particular category code, a report number if you have access to the report number is available. There's two ways to search. There's the general way that comes up like this, round pair, for example, you just click what you want. When you want a range of items, you can click the first and click the last, and it will search for that whole range, much less clicks than we have now. And you can also search for things like iClean, etc. If you want to search for something specific, this is the way to do it. But you also have these general and basic tabs on the left-hand side. For example, size. You can put a particular size from to, or you can go general, which will give you ranges, and you can say, yeah, I just want 30s to 49. A quick way of selecting. So that's the search form. I'm going to also show you that you can load a saved search. I've got some saved searches here. I'm going to load one round, 1 to 2 carat, D to K, IF to VS, 2 triple X, none GIA. And that's in fact what I'm going to search for to show you the search results. You'll see at the top here also it lets you know what you have chosen in your search screen. So I'm going to hit search at the top of the screen, and the results come up. Now just remember, this is our staging server, this is a test server, so the diamonds here are not real and the prices here aren't real. What does the search screen look like? Same as the search form. Top bar in red, main button at the top here, and secondary actions at the bottom. If you scroll up, you'll see that the red bar stays on the screen to give you the maximum amount of space to work on. At the top of the screen, you'll see a new feature. It gives you the total amount of carats and total value for the range that you've searched for, while at the bottom of the screen, we still have the summary information for that page. The search results look very familiar, same way that they were laid out before, and the way you look at the search results by clicking is very familiar. Click expands it, and you see the diamond that you're looking for. A new feature that's amazing on this page is you can filter on the page for what you're looking for. So you don't have to go back to the search screen. For example, I'm going to search, reduce my diamonds from a 1 to 2 to 1 to 119. And while I'm looking for diamonds, I may as well look for good ones. So D, IF will look for. And so I'm reducing my results, and I press apply, and I get a list of results that's much shorter because this is our staging server. You can also press an X on any of the things you chose for here to take it out as a filter. So let's have a look at this diamond here. And what do you see? First of all, you see a summary of the diamond right at the top here. It's a GA 109, DIF, triple X, none, Rap Spec C1 with a -32 price. To see, and there's the GA number at the top. To see the rest of the information, that's all the detail information, here's the diamond details. You see everything here. The price is here, plus the status of the availability. And we've moved the media to easily accessible buttons over here, which will tell you exactly what's available. There's only a report and images available for this diamond, no video, and the diagram hasn't been added yet. Let's go have a look at how that looks by clicking on report. You see the report in a pop-up window. You can make it bigger and smaller. And images, you can see the images that were uploaded, and if there's more than one image, it will display there. The diagram is not available. You also have report check, where you can go and click report check, and it will take you to the GA laboratory website. So that's how you see media in a nice, easy format. There's a few more things you can do. You'll see this compare button, a new feature, add to compare. And at the top of the screen, you'll see 1 out of 10 diamonds have been added to compare. And while I'm about it, why don't I just add a few more diamonds to compare, add to compare. And now there's 5 diamonds added to my compare. And by clicking on compare, I now see the diamonds in a row, in columns. So it's very, very easy to compare them. Here I can compare the sizes by going across. Here I can compare the fluorescence by going across. And of course, price by going across. I can still see any of the images that I want to see from here. And of course, if I want to, I may contact the seller directly from here. You can have a look at the compare feature. You can take a diamond out of compare. You can pin it to the side so that it stays constant, and compare up to 10 diamonds at a time. So that's how the compare works. Moving on from compare, though, to the main way of communicating. So I'm opening the diamond. I decide I do like it. I have a look at this guy, who's another test subject of ours for the purposes of this demonstration, and I want to contact the seller. A much simpler form is available than we had before. It tells you the diamond details, and you may write a message to the seller. For example, is this diamond BGM? If available, I can offer a -34. And press send. Your message, well, besides my internet connection being a bit of a problem, your message then gets sent. You'll get a green confirmation that your message was sent, like that, and you can carry on browsing and carrying on about buying. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I want to take us now to the RapNet inbox so we can have a look at what the inbox looks like. So I click here on my inbox, and this is what the inbox will look like. Again, the red bar with the main button at the top and all the messages that you have over here. The inbox is, so let's have a look at the message that I just sent. It's over here. It tells me I'm interested in buying, which is why I have a green dot here with the word buying. It tells me what I'm interested in buying and when I sent the message. And it tells me who I'm having the conversation with. At the top, you'll see the filters that we have the pre-made filters. You're either buying, you're selling, or you're just chatting with somebody, or you're getting a system message from us. But at the same time, you can make your own tags over here, make any labels you want, and assign these labels to any conversation. For example, I'm going to take this label, make a new one called Followup, and assign Followup to that particular conversation, and then it will be available for me here. If I click Followup here, the ones that I have on Followup or under my name, whatever you want to put it, will be available for you over there. Let me open this message and see how it looks. You can see the tag Followup is there. Please excuse the slowness of the server. It's the test server, which is a little bit slower than the actual server it's going to be on. And you see it in a familiar chat format like you're used to in Skype or WhatsApp or even some email clients. My message from me. It tells me on the right-hand side which diamond we're talking about. It tells me about the seller. About the seller, who he is, what kind of business he's running, and what his rating is, and how long they've been on RapNet. So some information about the seller. If the seller were to reply to me and say, yeah, I have the diamond available, for example, but I can't go down to less than 34, I can only just say 32. I'm just looking to see if the seller is going to answer me. He should be doing it now. The message will appear over here. And at the same time, it will tell you how many unread messages you've got. So if you're not waiting for the messages to arrive, you'll be notified that a message has arrived. And you can always check your messages. All messages you get on RapNet, you will get an email notification to your email, which will tell you that a new message has arrived on RapNet for you to go see, and you can click on the button that will be in that email notification to get into RapNet to see what the message actually says. So you'll still be notified by email. You'll still be able to use your email to access your messages, to get into RapNet so that you can respond to your messages, which means we've solved the fraud problem because you won't be getting communications by email anymore from clients, but you will certainly be notified of the messages as they come in. At the same time, like I said to you, these messages are also synchronized with the mobile. So if I go to my mobile app, you can see here's the message that I sent, and in fact the seller has answered me and I wrote, is it time available? He wrote, I can only offer 33. And so the message is completely synchronized, and in fact I can respond from my mobile and I'll say, Mazal, please, oops, my typing needs a bit of work, please send invoice, send it from here, and in fact if I go back to the website, it will appear here in a few seconds. So I've asked for an invoice, and as you can see on this, whoa, it's refreshing because I pressed refresh. It's a bit slow, the internet. And you'll see from the invoice, when this refreshes, you'll see that you can actually send attachments as well through the inbox, so that if somebody wants to send an invoice, okay, it says I have to pay shipping. And over here, you can see that you can actually send an attachment if you want a photograph, an invoice, or whatever. And so that's the inbox. There, and here he sent it. The invoice, I can have a look at it by clicking on it, and it will download, and I have the invoice available to me. Okay, so we are pretty much done with the search and the inbox demonstration. I think we're running out of time.
Some questions.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the questions. I think we're running out of time, so I'm going to stop the official part of the presentation here, just wrap it up, and then I'm going to answer the questions. Yeah, I know, I have to click Q&A. Okay, that's a view of the main features. We do have buy requests, we do have memory requests, there's a lot of other things for you to explore. There's more to be discovered. We have, like I said, a comprehensive help section. So when you see this on January the 9th, any questions you have, please don't hesitate to ask us, or look in the help section with the videos. We would like your feedback. We want as much written feedback as you can. We're listening, and we're going to be reactive to feedback. Okay, moving on to questions. I see a number of questions here, which I will read out and then respond to. One of the questions is, if the supplier doesn't have in their file information about our iClean, how will it affect the diamond info? If they don't have it and you search for it, you won't find diamonds that somebody hasn't marked whether it's iClean or not. If they do have it and you search for it, you'll find it, and the information will always be there. I hope that answers that question. Jacob asks, do we have the quantity number of the same article mentioned? I'm not 100% sure I understand that question, but what I am saying is this is exactly the same diamonds with exactly the same lot numbers, with exactly the same stock numbers as you have on RapNet today. That's not changing. So it'll be the same quantity, the same number, the same everything, just looks better, easier to use, and built for what's next. Okay. Virag asks quite a long question with 9 points. And I'm just going to ask Johnny or somebody if you could just read that question and see if you can help me answer that, because it's going to take a little bit too long to respond to it in this forum. Excel Overseas asks, will we be getting emails of new listings as we used to get in our email ID, which is registered on RapNet after January 9? No, I don't think so. What we're going to be doing is looking at how the buy request and save searches work. And what we'll be doing is allowing people to get notified if a save search of theirs matches if a new diamond that matches a save search comes in. That is a feature that's not available yet, but it is something we plan to work on. Alex asks, is there a sound for the notifications on the app? Good question. I do not know the answer to that, and we'll check it out, and we'll get back to you. Alex also asks, are there any changes for uploading? There are no changes, certainly for people uploading automatically. There are no changes for people who are uploading through RapNet Excel. For people uploading through the website, the upload looks a bit different, but works the same. You don't have to change your files in any way. I do want to announce, though, that we have added some new fields for open inclusions, black inclusions, which are available for upload and will soon be available for search. And it's a much better way of doing inclusions than we have been in the past. So for those of you that want to give more information about the inclusions, whether they're black or white or open, we've upgraded that ability quite well, and you can have a look at that both on RapNet as well as on technet.rapaport.com, which lists all our upload field. Okay, Tesh says, listings policy and exclude member is not present. How can we find it in the new RapNet? It's very astute, Tesh. Yes, you're right, it's not present. It's still on RapNet 1. If you have set it on RapNet 1, it should work fine on RapNet 2. We will be putting in all these permissions in the next month or so after we launch. They're not ready yet for being launched. Somebody else asked, how does the trade screen work now? Works in the same way as it worked before. It's just that you have filters on the side, just like I showed you filters on the side for diamonds. You can do those in trade screen as well. So a much easier way to set up your trade screen. Otherwise, it works very much in a similar way. There's another question. Does this mean that we're no longer advised to contact suppliers to reconfirm their bank info? And is it possible to have bank info added to the contact info or something similar? It's not a security concern. It's a great question, and I think we still advise people to contact suppliers for their bank info, even though I think it's more secure. Even though the inbox is there, I certainly wouldn't want anybody to be a victim of fraud. So yeah, you should still know who your suppliers are. And certainly the first time you pay somebody, make sure that you're paying the right place. After that, you know, if you should be fine. But yes, we will be looking at more ways to be able to include the bank information and other information in your inbox and in your trades, in your trading flow that you have on RapNet in the coming months. Prashant Pawar asked, can you explain how flexible delivery works? Thanks, Prashant, for that. Flexible delivery is a concept that we're exploring to do with lot location. Basically, if you search for a particular location, we're only going to give you diamonds that exist in that location. But if you click flexible delivery, indicating that you don't mind if the diamond takes 2 or 3 days to get to you, then we will also show you suppliers who have accounts in that location. So if you search for Mumbai, only diamonds that are in Mumbai. But if you search for Mumbai with flexible delivery, we'll also bring up diamonds that belong to suppliers who are registered in Mumbai, even if that diamond happens to be in Hong Kong or somewhere else. So that's what flexible delivery is. What are the difference in features in different plans? RapNet Lite is a search-only buyer's plan. RapNet Dealer allows you to list and buy diamonds and sell diamonds up to $7 million worth of diamonds on the site at any one time. And RapNet Primary Supplier allows you to have unlimited amount of diamonds on RapNet. Those are the main differences in the features. If you need to know anything more about the different features, please contact anybody in our customer service or look on rapnet.com, and it's all explained there. Most people have pop-ups off. Will it have any difficulty because the new RapNet has many pop-ups? I don't believe anyone will have difficulty. If you do, you'll see the first time it says switch on pop-ups, and you can switch it on, and from then on it will be fine. I don't think that it's different in RapNet 1 in that regard. Okay, Jacob asked another question about search and the difference between search on the mobile and search in the app, because you can ask for the quantity of how many diamonds you want. I think, Jacob, I'll have somebody from customer service contact you directly to work out exactly what you're asking and how to respond to that question. And then somebody asked about the member directory. If I block members, they can't see my listings, but they can find me in the member directory. That is correct. We do allow people to be found in the member directory because we're a trade network and we're a transparent trade network, and people don't hide and become anonymous in a trading network. So yes, we do allow you to control who sees your diamonds, but we certainly don't allow people to hide completely and lurk anonymously in our network. We're a transparent, open network. I believe that I've answered all the questions. If there are any other questions, please do enter them now and let me know. Nirav Doshi asked, from which date and which time will RapNet 2 start? 9th of January. January 9, a Tuesday. We're going to be switching on RapNet. It will be sometime in the morning hours of Israel, so sort of mid-afternoon India and late afternoon Hong Kong time, and that's when it will be switched on. That day, that 9th of January, it should work seamlessly. But if there are any problems, we have our team standing by to deal with them. Daria asks, does it have a feature where I can save my search so that in the future if there's an upload matching the search I receive the list of it? That feature isn't there at this stage, but it is a feature that we plan to put in. Okay, I see there are a couple more questions. I'll just answer the last one now from Virag. He says, what about the notes I put on the stones? How will they be reflected on the new RapNet? They will be there. It's much easier to put them on now, and they'll be reflected in much the same way as they were on the old RapNet, just actually in the stone. You don't have to go click on anything to see them. I think that's a lot of great questions. Thank you, everybody. And I think that the questions are exactly on point to say, how's this going to affect the way we work? And I think you'll see you're going to work just easier, and it will be much more intuitive than you think. The inbox will be absolutely amazing. I think it's a great step forward. And I'd like to wrap up now because we're going a little bit over time to say thank you very much to everybody. We're pretty confident that our large investment will significantly improve the way you do business. Our business is all about adding value. And as always, we plan to give more than we get. And that's what this new RapNet's about, and that's what the Rappaport is all about. And I wish you the very best of trading come January 9th. I hope everybody had a great Diwali and a good season. And we will make this recording available on our website, and to all attendees, we will certainly email you with a link to the recording. So if anybody wants to watch it again, it will be available. I want to thank everybody, and I thank you all for being RapNet members. Thanks a lot.